That's unfair. It's Volleyball 7 points in the game.
To Del Fuentes.
Oh, wow.
Delgado makes the stop and knocks it down. Maloya is open. 3-point.
Goodness!
He's a jumper by Robin Celis. Natalgero has time. Just posterized by Scott.
Itong Liga na About Filipino, this is the Marikina Pilipinas Basketball League, and we are back at the Pasay Astrodome for our triple header ngayong Huwebes, and 6 teams will be in action today, and among them are some of the playoff hopefuls this season, including Biñan in the South Division. Warren Bonifacio returning to his old stomping ground dito sa Astrodome, but this time wearing the Biñan jersey. Biñan takes on Marikina in the first game. Maglalaban naman ang Paranaque and Caloocan in the second game. And in the main game, the Pasay Voyagers host the Mindoro Tamaraws. Magandang hapon mga kaliga, sa Dev Tupas kasama si Javi Palanya. And Javi, 3 more games, 3 important games, particularly dun sa mga naghahabol sa ating team standings.
Yeah, the race gets hotter and hotter. You know, this is a crucial stretch of our season, and the teams na hopefully gusto talaga makatungtong sa ating playoffs, talagang this is high time for them to really shift gears already and put it into the higher levels.
Oo, no? And binabati din natin ang mga nanonood sa atin sa YouTube, and syempre we have a temporary Facebook page na mapapanood nyo ang ating mga laban. And we're also live on Solar Sports every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Ako, excited ako. Let's bring in our courtside reporter na matagal ko nang hindi nakakatrabaho. Miss Andrea Indicio.
First time?
In a while. Madam, kamusta ka na?
Maraming salamat. Well, magandang hapon sa aking nagagwapuhang panel ngayong hapon at syempre sa ating mga kaliga. Well, just when we thought that this game will be a match between the veterans and the youngsters, well, nakausap ko nga itong si Coach Boyet Fernandez that he will make sure to use the luxury of having his younger legs, and with Renzo Sobido in, well, makakaharap niya lang naman ang kanyang former teammate in UST. Well, hindi na bilang kapwa player pero head coach na ng kabilang team. Ito ang si Coach Jello Nebres. Magsisimula na ang game, nakikipag-asaran at nakikipagkulitan pa rin kay Renzo. Well, yan, at marami pa akong ikikwento sa inyo dahil na-miss nga kita si Delph and Happy.
Thank you so much, Andrea. Abangan natin ang mga reports ni Andrea for sure. We will be needing a lot of her reports in the next 3 games. Tingnan muna natin ang mga nangyari sa Montalban, Rizal kagabi, no? And Valenzuela coming away with an 88-84 win over Bulacan. Pasig City naman, probably an upset against Muntinlupa. I feel like it's an upset, Javi. And ito naman, to talk about upset, Rizal taking down the reigning South Division champions, Quezon Huskers.
Yeah, I certainly agree with you. That's a couple of upsets in the second and third game, with Pasig able to get a good start on Muntinlupa. They never looked back after establishing a big lead. Muntinlupa having a lot of trouble putting the ball in the hoop, while itong Rizal, I was surprised when I turned on my TV set. They were up by a huge margin. Quezon made a furious rally anchored on guys like Diego Dario and itong si LJ Gonzalez and Judel Fuentes, but it was just not enough para sa Rizal Golden Coolers.
And silipin natin ang ating team standings. So Pasig, hindi na gumalaw ang kanilang pwesto, no? But improving their standing to 8 and 12, getting some separation with from Bataan, no? Ito namang Valenzuela, dumikit sila sa Quezon City, pero they have 3 more losses than the Quezon City Galleries, Taipan, Abra of course, and Nueva Ecija and San Juan still on top of that division. Punta tayo sa South Division kung saan mahigpit na mahigpit ang laban, no? Parang singhigpit ng yakap ng dating kasama ni Javi Palanya. 13-7 ang Rizal, Gensan 13-7 din. Yung Zamboanga 15-6, yung Quezon 16-14 na mo dito, Javi. I think 2-3 game days could change the landscape of this division.
Yeah, that's why if you're looking at the teams, actually if you're looking at the teams in between the 5 and the 13th spots. All of these teams, you might say, are actually walking on a tightrope dahil isang panalo, isang talo could possibly change the landscape of the team standings dito sa ating Southern Divisions. Kaya importante yung mga teams na yan from Biñan all the way to Cebu, they have to do their best to pile up as much victories as they can. Lalong-lalo na yung Cebu who are hoping to bounce into the top 8, hopefully, or maybe even just a spot in the play-in. Importante na di sila na matalo.
Oo, wala na. Hindi na pwedeng, parang kumbaga, the margin for error is very, very slim at the moment. Marikina, this is a team that tinkered with its roster during the window. And to si Jacob Ubaldo, Rafael Go is one of the holdovers. So is Marlon Vasco. They combining for that output against Jessa, 25 points para sa kanila between them. But this is a few players that itong Marikina can build on moving forward sa kanilang season.
Yeah, you're right. Especially Rafael Go and Jacob Ubaldo, these guys could be part of the building blocks that they can have moving forward in the future. But you saw that na tatlong players na yan, ang layo dun sa mga usual outputs na sana kinakailangan para makatulong dun sa isa kanilang leading scorer na si Deo Timajo.
Kinabahan ako nung sinabi future na si Marlon Vasco Sabi ko, the future is now para kay Marlon Vasco. Medyo yun yung veterano nga nila. Yun yung mentor nitong dalawang big man nitong Marikina. Biñan naman on the other side, Warren Bonifacio has helped shore up this front line. Palitan sila ng pwesto ni Christian Pajarito with Pasay. But Warren has been working brilliantly with Big Boy Hernandez. Akala natin hindi pwedeng magsabay itong dalawang players na to, but pwede pala.
Well, maliit pala naman yung sample size, but we're now seeing the new Twin Towers that are now dominating the front court of the Biñan Tatak Gel, and it still is a few games into their partnership na makikita natin kung talagang gagana tong dalawang players na to, if they can really coexist with each other. But so far, so good para kay Coach Boyet Fernandez.
So another sample size maybe in this ball game. Titingnan natin how this duo can work together para sa kabutihan ng Biñan. Let's go to Richard Tampos for the starting lineup.
Another exciting triple header. The action starts with Marikina taking on Biñan. Manny Pacquiao sa MPBL Season 7. Here are the starters. Let's begin with Marikina Shoemasters. At forward number 3, Jay Yutuk. Playing center number 4, Carl Peñano. Starting at guard number 22, R.R. Casajeros. Forward number 34, Jacob Ubaldo. Point guard number 77, Jetro Escoto. The Shoemasters is led by Angelo Nebres. Assistant coaches, Joseph Ochara, John Paul Basilan, and Fernando Bunag. Assistant team managers, AJC and Monroe Queston. The team manager, Doc Rianji Pio Quinto. The team owner is Marikina City Honorable Councilor Elvis Tolentino. And here's for Biñan Tatak Gel Beast, Motorcycle Tire Game X. Forward number 88, Kenny Roca Curva. Also at forward number 31, Jamar Gimpayan. To guard number 23, Pat Año Nuevo. Playing center number 4, Warren Bonifacio. At guard number 0, Pamboy Raimundo. The head coach has just celebrated his birthday, Boyet Fernandez. Assistant coaches, Gino Manansala, Gino Manuel, Eliazar Cabutotan, and J.R. Manansala. LGU partners, Mayor Jel Alonte.
Starting 5 is brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Marikina has Jetro Escoto, R.R. Casajeros, Carl Peñano, Jay Yutok, and Jacob Ubaldo, Pamboy Raimundo, Pat Anunuevo, Juan Bonifacio, Jamar Himpayan, and Kenny Roca para naman sa Biñan of Coach Boyet Fernandez, who's celebrating his birthday today. Happy birthday, Coach Boyet. Malalaman natin ang birthday wish niya mamaya. Yan kay Andrea.
I think yesterday yung birthday niya eh. Dahil nakita ko yung page ng Biñan nag-post ng happy birthday.
That's a re-jump. The referees are Edmar Avis, Alan Manzano, Zen Manansala, and Ron Ivan Baluyot. Referee Edmar Avis, one of the more serious referees dito sa ating liga.
Halos di nagsismile yan eh habang laro.
Kung gaano ka smiling face itong si Alan Manzano, ito naman si Edmar Avis, yun naman ang pinaka-game face.
Mismo.
Akala ng mga referee, kahit sila, hindi natin binabantayan ha.
Siyempre naman.
Bantay sarado kayo sa amin.
All eyes. We have all eyes everywhere. We have eyes everywhere. Marikina going with practically the same starting unit here, and ito si Coach Boyet naman, he's always been known to tinker with his starting lineup depending on the team that he's facing. He always likes to match up against the squad that he's going up against. And he also likes to give players at the bottom of the bench a chance to showcase their talents at the start of games. And it's Pat Anunuevo getting that chance.
Minsan si Ronnie Alonte, ngayon si Pat Anunuevo. It's good to see Pat playing as well. Matagal na yan dyan sa Biñan.
Oh yeah.
Kumbaga, kung sa ito yung Mr. Basketball dyan, sa Laguna. 9 on the shot clock. No score yet. Ubaldo, very athletic on that steal. Atakin niya yung depensa ni Himpayan. It's a wild shot. Rebound. Nakuha ni Ruka Corva.
Marikina has been known to be able to keep its step with the stronger teams here in the league, especially during the start of games in the first quarter, particularly in that game against Gensan, dun sa kanilang huling laro. Dikit yun after the end of the first quarter. They were only down by a point. No, actually, they were leading by 1 point heading into the second period, 18-17, before the Warriors just really put on the gas pedal and released a lot of three-point shots. So, ang key para sa kanila dito is really to be more consistent.
Maganda dito, what I like about Marikina and the program nitong si Councilor Elvis Tolentino is that every season he unearths a fresh talent. Every time, parang right on the money na merong nag-emerge na player para sa Marikina.
Which is exactly what the MPBL is all about. Regional basketball is there for us to try and discover the talents that have been hiding and have not yet shown themselves to the general public.
I think a year ago it was Eric Pini who's gone on to Rizal. Pamboy Raimundo misses the runner.
Yeah, despite them not really getting a lot of deep playoff runs in the past seasons that they've been here. Well, let's take a look at this first.
This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Despite the lack of success in that area, I would say that this program is still very much successful because of the players that they've been able to produce throughout the years.
Yeah, throughout the years, actually, once upon a time, Enzo Hoson was
You're right.
pretty much the face of the Marikina team.
As well as Ivesazo, and those two were the 1-2 scoring punch for a time for the Shoemasters. Led the league in scoring silang dalawa.
Ruka Corva finds Himpayan. Waray will finish off the glass.
Yeah, this guy was really a player who would frequent a lot of yung mga ligang labas prior to his stint here in the MPBL. This is why he was able to get a chance to play dito sa ating liga. It's because of his ability to finish around the basket despite his lack of height.
Once upon a time, Jaymar Impayan was pretty much a project.
Oh yeah.
Kumbaga, LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. He was with Valenzuela in the first season. And bounced around, may stint pa siya with Imos. And that's because dun din last year yung, 2 years ago, some of the players of Biñan are part of. Here's Pamboy Raimundo. Goes to Himpayan. Himpayan, another reverse layup.
See, despite the resistance shown by the defense, alam niya kung paano laruin yung bola eh.
Biñano, the handoff. Yutok. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Ubaldo now with Escoto. Uses the shot fake. Pulls up. He got it.
This is another guy who has benefited from his stint with Marikina. Didn't really have a successful collegiate career with UST. But here he has gone on to become the lead point guard for this squad. And that has pretty much helped his confidence as we have gone down into the season here.
Escoto, 9-7 is the count. RR. He'll fire a 3. Masyado malakas. Rebound ni Waray. Pat Anunuevo. Goes to Himpayan sa ilalim. He's double team. Labas kay Pamboy Raimundo. And the 3 goes in para kay Pamboy Raimundo. Nice looking stroke for Pamboy. And Biñan grabs the lead, 10-9, halfway through this first quarter. Check out this three-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
Pamboy Raimundo getting that nice pass off of the double team that J. Margimpayan was in. That's just chemistry para sa'yo. And 10-9 now ang ating tala. 5 minutes ang natitira sa ating first quarter.
You are still watching the MPBL. Parehong produkto ni Coach Pido Harencio, former Growling Tigers Renzo Subido, and head coach of Marikina, Coach Jello Nebres. Kwento nga sa akin ni Renzo, nagkagalutan nga kami one time sa Biñan. Hindi ko alam na coach na pala to. Nakita ko na lang nakatayo na sa bench ng Marikina. With Coach Jello being a young coach, it's an advantage because fresh pa daw yung experience as a player. He knows how to relate at ang daling kumonek sa kanyang mga players. But it also becomes a disadvantage because there's a thin line when it comes to respect. But then again, sabi nga ni Coach Jello, pag galing ka kay Coach Pido, alam mo kung paano magpasunod ng player, and that's the goal and culture he is trying to build in this Marikina team. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Kung hindi nyo naman hindi nyo naman na itatago, alam din naman natin na Growling Tiger nito ang ating kasama si Andrea Indicio. Kaya malapit sa kanyang puso ang report na yun.
Yeah, that's why it was so easy for her to gather that information dahil mga schoolmates niya pala yun. Well, nagulat rin ako. I did remember that Coach Jello Nebres played for UST at one point. But, that's an excellent report and good...
Mag-ano pala to no? Dun sa 3-piece pala to no? Na mantra ni Coach Pido.
Tama. Ano na nga ulit yun?
Pride, puso, palaban yata. Yun eh. Oh my, that's embarrassing if I don't really know it because I was covering college basketball for so long. Pero grabe, when Coach Pido gives us the best post-game interviews. Fast break of the game is brought to you by Extreme X-Pop Personal Karaoke Speaker. Everyday karaoke. Hindi pwedeng hindi kami tumatawa. Kung gaano kaseryoso yung mga press con ni Tab Baldwin tsaka yung ibang coaches, ganun naman ka light yung kay Coach Pido dati.
Oh, siya yung pambalanse. He always gives the best answers. And yun na, nasasabi niya naman na talaga kung anong gusto niya sabihin, just with a tinge of humor.
Oh. And then what you see is what you get.
Oh, yeah.
Pag Coach Pido
He
dati.
doesn't sugarcoat anything. Prangka kung prangka.
It's nice to see his players actually here. No, marami na rin Even Jervy Cruz.
Oh, yeah.
Diba? Who played spectacularly against Pampanga a few days ago.
Not slowing down one bit. si Consi Jervy.
Here's Kenny Roger Rukakurva. Pamboy, foot on the line.
Well, you know, it's time we start identifying and gathering names that we can include in our 3-point shootout during All-Star Day.
Yeah.
Meron na bang nakaschedule?
Wala. I think the All-Star might be scheduled for September. As usual. Diba? Alam naman natin na usually dun talaga yun.
J. Marikina getting another nice pass, and he has made this first quarter his stomping grounds. Everything inside, but credit a lot to his teammates who have been locating him in spots where ititira niya na lang.
7 points now for Waray. Here's Yutok. Hernandez showing. 6 seconds to work with. Rukakurva is in front of him. Yutok will fire. That's a good line, pero kapos lang. Pamboy Raimundo. Unable to hit the 3. It's short.
Ayan din naman na, even though he was not able to save it inbounds, you can't discount the fact that the motor of Waray Gampayan is really very, very immense.
Yeah. Really, sila yun yung mga, you know, the likes of Mike Kalisaan, Dexter Maikes. Hirap bantayan sa loob kasi galaw ng galaw.
Ayun na nga. At saka, kung titingin mo, parang payat lang, pero ang tigas ng katawan yan.
Yutok drives, shot clock winding down. Unable to score, Jay Yutok. Rukakurva. Kay Big Boy Hernandez. Kenny gets it back. Bagsak si Yutok. Big Boy all alone for 2.
Solid screen set there to open up the ball handler. Kenny Rukakurva turning the corner and finding Big Boy Hernandez, who lets everybody know right away that he just scored a basket.
Basco, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Yutok again. Yutok pulls up, jumper, got it.
I think it's a win that he was traded over here to Marikina from Mindoro. He's got the opportunity to get more playing time, and he has certainly taken advantage of that. 14.3 points per game in his 4 games so far with the Sioux Masters.
And he looks good.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he looks very comfortable with the ball in his hands, Avi. Kitang-kita yung kumpiyansa niya, no? And the young Marlon Basco commits the foul on Waray Himpayan. 2-man game here, Rukakurva and Hernandez. Para sa ating play of the game, brought to you by 1xBet. Title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
In situations like that, there's been a lack of rotation on the weak side that left Tristan Hernandez all alone. Anong nangyayari dito ni Mang Basco?
And then, I think they were checking. Yun nakita natin kanina na parang stepping yung tres ni Pamboy.
Oh, okay. They're gonna review that. Yeah. It seemed that he did have a foot on the line. Parang
We have a correction. The last 3-point conversion of Pamboy Raimundo was a 2-point field goal.
They corrected. So 2-pointer nga lang. This was the shot earlier. See there? Yep. Clear.
So, ano pala eh. Tama palang balanse itong crew natin eh. Kasi kasama si Alan Manzano.
Ice and fire.
Edmar Avis and Alan Manzano, ang seryoso tsaka yung medyo smiling.
Tapos syempre nandyan si referee Zen para
Sakto-sakto talaga.
saktong-sakto pang balanse talaga dun sa dalawa. Pag sila nagkakamali, siya ay magsasabi.
19-14. Marikina has the ball. 7-second differential. Game clock and shot clock. Bonifacio will check in. You know, mapasok pa siya dito for perhaps for the last possession for Biñan. Deo Timajo. 23, Jonathan Gray with a rebound. Renzo Subido, 5 seconds remaining. Renzo, 3, 2. Himpayan, yes! You gotta check it. I don't think Renzo was aware.
Yeah, he wasn't aware of the clock at all. And that's really surprising to me. He's usually very much aware of the time on the shot clock. Dito, parang inaantay niya pa mag-develop yung play.
I don't think that.
Yeah,
got
that's
it.
not
They
gonna
got
count.
it. Yeah.
Definitely not. And as soon as the 5 went back to the bench, you know, Coach Boyd Fernandez was just telling Renzo, gotta look at the clock.
Biñan off to a good start here, led by Waray Himpayan. He had 7 in that quarter. Joining forces with Pamboy Raimundo for Biñan. Sa kabila naman, our Casajeros hitting the 3 there. Jay Yutok showing us the stroke as well. Pamboy had a 2-pointer, long 2-pointer din sa corner. And Biñan with a 5-point lead against Marikina at the end of 1. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. And Jmar Himpayan, Waray Himpayan, and Kenny Rocakurva combining for only 11 points and 15 rebounds. And we're saying that it's only 11 points because, you know, we expect a lot from these two players. And Waray so far is 8 in the contest.
That's why it's nice that you're seeing them, you know, with that conscious effort to try and bounce back from that lackluster performance. Pero, yun nga, you know, they didn't really have to do much in their last game dahil maganda naman yung naging performance ng ibang players. But most times, of course, you expect these two guys to still contribute even on the scoreboard, not just on the glass.
Pido able to get the steal and feed Subido for the 2 points, 7-point lead para dito sa Biñan. Gumelandayan, Deo Timajo. Pinabatayan ni Jonathan Gray. Go with the pick. Rafael Go with 8 seconds. Now down to 5. Mel Mabigat. It's down to 3. Go has to shoot. Shot clock will expire on the Shoemasters.
If you're Marikina, you already expect that the pressure is going to be that way. So there has to be that conscious effort to be able to go into your offense early, initiate it right away, and move with a lot of intention. Hindi ka pwedeng patayo-tayo lang.
JJ Pido. Bonifacio. Subido is open. That's a 3.
Trying to make up for his minor boo-boo as we winded down the first quarter earlier. Could have made a shot in the dying seconds of that opening frame, but right now opening up the second frame with 5 points.
Basco gets it to Timajo. Atake ni Deo, no call. Rebound ni Big Boy. Pido looks up, finds Subido, waits for Bonifacio. Warren lumapit. Warren, the back shot is good.
Yeah, many people might think that he might have an easier time here dahil marami nang asang help or katulong surrounding him in this Biñan roster. But I believe there is more pressure for him here just because everybody already knows the type of player that Warren Bonifacio is, and they expect him to still be that way despite having a lot of help around.
Did it move the needle if you're Biñan? Like the championship, with, you know, moving forward. Yung acquisition ni Warren Bonifacio.
It definitely did because you got now a scorer who you can go to, because usually scorers are guards or wing players dito sa ating liga. Bihira yung pwede mong puntahan talaga sa poste and, you know, can create for themselves. He can also shoot from the outside, and I think Warren Bonifacio is among a few crop of players at that big man spot that can create for themselves and shoot from the outside. So yes, I think it was a big help, and also the fact that his presence on the floor, you know he's always there compared to how Christian Fajarito was for Biñan. Of course, it's a different story now with Fajarito in Pasay. I think he's in a much better place right now. So definitely a win-win for both teams in terms of that trade.
Yun sana yung next kong tanong eh. Who won the trade?
Now, both teams won the trade.
Win-win eh. Because Fajarito has been lights out for
Oh, yeah.
Pasay as well. And so is this guy for Biñan.
Of course, very much familiar playing here inside the Pasay Astrodome. He spent about 3 years already here
No,
in Pasay.
Couple of years. Couple of seasons.
Couple of seasons playing in this very storied venue in front of one of the best crowds that we have dito sa ating liga. And I'm sure he cherishes this moment, or moments in the future as well.
Well, mamaya, pag naabutan niya yung mga tropa niya dati,
Panigurado yan.
JJ Pido able to save it to Warren Bonifacio. Mike Maestre comes in for Warren Bonifacio. Gandayan, binigay kay Basco. The handoff to Mabigat. Mel goes to go. Timajo, 2 seconds. Landayan will shoot. Came off the backboard first for going out.
Now, there's been a couple of late shot clock situations already for Marikina here in the last few possessions.
And Jonathan Gray knocks down the 3. So a good sign para kay Coach Boyet as Gray makes it a 15-point lead for the Tatak Gel.
Yeah, especially if they can get Jonathan Gray in a very good spot heading into the latter part of the season and into the postseason. He's going to be a big help if they can get him to contribute.
3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Jonathan Gray hitting his first 3-pointer of the game.
And I mean literally a big help because he's a wing player who has great size, about 6'3", 6'4", also has a lengthy wingspan. So he could also be someone you could go to defend the other player's best offensive scorer.
Short on the second. Sobido. Bigay kay Suwal. That's a 3-point attempt. No good. Go with the rebound. 31-17. The Shoemasters trailing by 14 halfway through the second quarter. Mabigat against Gray. Now with Go. Top of the key. To the side. To Deo Timaho. Binabatay ni Suwan. Timaho.
Yeah, definitely an offensive foul.
Hinabol. Yung sa pick na yun, Dan Enrile whistled for the personal.
Wow. I mean, the depth of this front court, though, for Biñan. Crazy. You got Hernandez going to the bench. Bonifacio is also back there. And then you have Ballesteros coming in. My goodness. That's just a lot of problems for Marikina.
Different players, different specialties. Particularly ito si Kuya Bal na really more of a rim protector.
Nice to have different weapons with different specialties.
Gray inside, that's a travel. Same foot landing.
Oo. Consistent ang ating mga referees dun sa tawag na yan. But, despite that turnover, I like that he is showing signs of aggressiveness dahil alam naman natin yung kalibre ng isang Jonathan Gray, especially during his heyday with St. Benilde in the NCAA. He was such a top-notch scorer and he was able to bring that into the PBA. Kaya lang kung pagpasok niya sa MPBL, a lot of injuries. His career actually has been very much injury-plagued.
Oh, we did not really see the full potential. We have yet to see it para kay Jonathan Gray. Bam Lopez was set to check in for Biñan, the next dead ball. We have a timeout though. 4 minutes and 14 seconds remaining in the second quarter. We'll be ready. Head of Operations, Emer Oreta. Head of Security, Rudy Distrito, and Comsatar Macantal in the building. Dito tayo sa Astrodome in Pasay City. A little over 4 minutes to play in the second quarter. Biñan with a 14-point lead against Marikina. Bam Lopez getting minutes here. Mike Maestre launches the three and gets it to go.
Actually, for a while, they're early in the possession. Libreng-libre na si Mike Maestre dun malapit sa basket. Pero di nakita agad ni Bam Lopez. But thankfully for Biñan, they were still able to get 3 points out of that. Napaganda pa nga.
Really misses from way out. Here's Jonathan Gray for two.
Ayan ang maganda kay Jonathan Gray dahil he can finish with either hand.
Yeah.
And he has a good handle for a guy his size.
Itong career ni Jonathan Gray, nasundan ko ito nung college. Sila nila Paulo Taha,
Oh yeah.
Carlo Lastimosa. I think Carlo left earlier than them.
Yes.
Yutok. Bam Lopez being disruptive there defensively.
There was a time that, you know, Benil had Lastimosa and Gray as the top 2 scorers of the league, if I remember right.
Oh, tapos Taha was still a young Turk that time. Parang off the bench yata si Paulo nun eh.
Tama. Para silang OKC Thunder in the younger days of KD, Russ, and James Harden.
So, hanggang college lang yun.
Yun lang. Yun lang yan.
Timaho struggling in the second quarter. Unable to make an impact. Check out this fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme X Play on-the-go speaker. Take your music anywhere.
Yeah, Biñan just slowly making this game wide open because of the lack of defensive aggressiveness as well for Marikina. That previous play.
Well, Marikina scored only 3 points in the quarter, Javi. Make that 6 para kay Jethro Escoto.
I think they need to buckle down also on defense more to maybe create also some easy basket scoring opportunities para sa kanila.
Bam Lopez knocks down the jumper. And this is one guy who's really waiting for his chance.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Biñan has a number of those players. Bam Lopez, yep, you mentioned. Ryan Sual, we already saw how he can deliver with the ball in his hands. And if you give him that license to shoot, see here, Bam Lopez. He's also a guy, a guard na may tira sa labas and he can score off the bounce. He's such a threat. That's why in depensa, medyo nalilito rin sa kanya kung anong gagawin nila.
Maestre leading the fast break. Sual to Bam. Ronnie Alonte is in the game. Lopez, he recovers, fouled by Casajeros. And Alonte was ready to take the shot. Dati, hindi to rare breed. Ito si Ronnie Alonte. A player who mixes a career in the entertainment industry.
Marami tayo niyan dati.
Si Jared Anderson, JV Kapunan,
Sian Lim pa, di ba?
Sian Lim,
Derek Ramsey.
Derek Ramsey.
Si Derek Tupas.
Paunahan tayo dun ah. May timeout muna tayo. That's our Gixxer fan of the game, born for greatness. We are back at the Astrodome in Pasay City. First of 3 games. Sa inyong Thursday triple header dito sa MPBL. Todo suporta si Madam Loisa Andalio sa kanyang partner, Ronnie Alonte, who fires the 3 and airballs the 3.
But I don't think she misses a game. Every time Ronnie's suited up, Loisa is always there.
Yeah. May napanood ako movie nila together
Talaga?
sa plane in one of my long haul flights a few years ago.
Updated ka pala sa showbiz happenings.
May si Barbie yata, Barbie Imperial, nandun din sa movie na yun. Angelica Panganiban ang lead doon.
Ako, di ko na alam yan.
Hindi, buti nga, alam mo, okay lang yan. Kasi may mas malala sa'yo.
Sino?
Si Christian Luanson. Nasa Ryan Swan knocks down the 3. Alam mo ba yung Alden tsaka Catherine Bernardo na movie?
Napanood niyo na yun?
Ngayon niya lang, recently nila napanood. Yan po ang 3-point shot ni Ryan Sual from the corner. It's a 41-20 lead para dito sa Biñan. May timeout ulit tayo. Biñan's next 3 games, they take on Bataan on August 5. August 12 is a good one against Nueva Ecija. And then August 18, Caloocan, Batang Kangkalu, mga kalaban niya.
Well, I would say all of them really big games. Dahil yung Bataan, di mo rin talaga masabi. Yun yung mahirap pagkalaban mo sila. You know? They're one of the strongest teams on paper still, in my opinion. But they just haven't been able to finish their business, especially in the end game. They've had some really heartbreaking losses because of collapses in the 4th quarter, but still very much capable of bringing down the bigger teams.
I don't want, if I badly need a victory, I don't want to play Bataan.
Oh yeah, definitely. I certainly agree.
Kung may do or die nature ang laro mo, you know, yung implications sa standings, hindi ko talaga ayoko siya makalaban kasi delikado
And I think also the fact na makakalaban nila ang team in that kind of situation, that's gonna be even more motivation para sa kanila.
So, just like that, we're done with the first half. Biñan, 21 points ang lamang dito against Marikina. Very low output for Marikina, only 20. And we will be right back for some analysis. Okay. Ano, Batak. Mamadali pa rin. Batak will throw it down.
Might as well give one for the crowd, right?
Yes. It is indeed a hard-fought win because hindi naging madali. Hindi pinadali sa kanila ng Pasig itong panalo na to.
Makes his move. Finds Oduba. Blocked by Celis. JC spins. JC with a finish. With a spin cycle.
Look at this move right here. It reminds me of Johnny A. Alala mo ginagawa ni Flying Ian, that spin move, 1-2 step.
No.
Mahirap na kalawan niya.
Mahirap.
With his go-to move, left shoulder fade.
0 for 3 so far for Captain Robbie. There's a switch. El Defonso. Oh my.
What's that song? What's that song? What's that line? Smooth like butter. Cross, left to right, doesn't have it right here. I'll just take a step back even with a taller guy in front of me. He holds that follow through and looks at the Abra crowd.
What more can you do though in that sequence?
You could double team.
Nakabuelo si Jeff. Oh my! Jeff Gomia. Only he can pull that one off. But look at this. Bigay mo sa amin yan. Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Alam mo yung pag-spin niya dun habang nasa ere siya, Javi. Ang bilis eh.
Right there, I guess. Was he defended by Larry Muyang that time or Jamo Egulis? They're just claiming that baseline. Look at that trap.
Oh, great pass.
wow.
Bina, the catch and the feed to Larry Muyang. We are down to our final 2 minutes. Batangas with a 4-point lead.
And what a game this has been, Ken. Quick thinking by Alan Mina right there. Catching that ball and immediately releasing it to...
Oduba pinapahirapan si Robbie. Marcelino gets a running start. Blocked by Batino. Blocked by Oduba. What a sequence for Abra. Taiwan on the move. Finds El Defonso for 2.
Well, defense to offense, as you mentioned, what a sequence with those 2 blocks led to the fast break. That's gonna be a problem all night para sa Nueva Ecija if they don't find a way.
Ng Rizal ngayon, he'll get his chance. De Leon up top. Oh, what a pass. Galing kay Mananang. That play working perfectly for Rizal.
And that really caught the defense by surprise. They were thinking yung mga screens na nangyari, left up that alley-oop play for Samboy.
Bitawan na ni Cholo yung bola doon. Manaytay with the steal. Christian. Look out. Christian Manaytay with a throwdown here in Palayan City. This is the Gixxer great move of the game. Born for greatness. Gonzalez chasing in vain. And Manaytay drops the hammer.
Completes the steal and gives this crowd something to cheer about. More importantly, cut the lead.
And Muyang, the unit for Coach Pedic Di Matulak. Concepcion laban kay Ochea. 10 seconds left. Clemente for free. No! Concepcion tracks it down. 5 seconds left. Floats it up and in! Wow, Archie Concepcion comes up clutch once again.
It was the race for the offensive rebound, but before that, that shot by JLC really looked good. But look at Archie Concepcion chasing for that ball, floater on its way, and a 1-point lead for the Giant Lanterns. All hustle and effort for Archie.
Hernandez, Ighalo, Valoria, and Ablaza, the unit for Coach Cholo. Ablaza catches the cut. Hernandez lays it up and in! What a perfectly drawn up play by Coach Cholo Villanueva.
And who better to finish that than that guy right here? Look at that. They tried to cross-screen that one, bringing in Cedar Blasi to the weak side of the floor. Gets that on the post. A dive slot by Levy Hernandez. What a beautiful finish going glass. That play is very similar to what's called a Brad Stevens winner play. Instead, they tweaked it. Instead of a 3, they settled for this drive by Levy Hernandez. A beautiful execution by the Rum Masters.
Wow, gutsy play by Coach Cholo Villanueva. But
Halftime dito sa Astrodome in Pasay City. Biñan lamang 41-20 against Marikina in that first half. And Pamboy Raimundo and Waray Impayan pretty much setting the tone para dito sa Tatak Gel. And Pamboy with his playmaking. And ito si Waray just relentless inside the paint.
Oh yeah, 8 points early on para sa kanya and getting it around the basket. Practically all of his shots. You look at the numbers there. 58% from the field. Halos magkapareho yung field goal attempts pero the efficiency rate of Biñan just certainly higher para sa kanila and that's because of the high percentage shots that they've been taking. Pero kahit sa labas tumatama yung mga tira nila. 5 out of 9 from the outside and they forced Marikina into 7 turnovers which they turned into 12 turnover points. Hindi nyo nakita dyan, 20 na rin ang bench points ng Biñan. So everybody actually clicking here para sa Tatak Gel while on the other side, hirap na hirap makascore ang Marikina.
No, Marikina has been forced into some late shot clock situations in that first half. No, kita natin kanina, Yutok had the ball with 4-3 seconds in the shot clock and kailangan niyang itira ng kailangan niya magmadali no para ma-release ang bola. So it was pretty much the theme of that first half of Marikina. A little hindi sila decisive when they move that ball and then when they attack. Itong depensa ng Biñan.
And that's why Biñan has really cruised to this early advantage here. I'm sure Marikina will try to bounce back here in the third quarter pero importante that they catch Biñan with a hot start here in the first 5 minutes of this period to try and pull this lead down.
Biscotto, Yutok, Ubaldo, Peñano, and Deo Timajo ang 5 para dito sa Marikina. Ubaldo will drive. And that ball batted away by Warren Bonifacio. Roca Curva. Kasabay niya si Impayan, Bonifacio, Raimundo, and Alonte. Ronnie. Against Deo Timajo. Mahigpit ang bantay ni Deo. Alonte atake sa ilalim and he was caught warding off.
Ooh.
Ito talaga si referee Alan Manzano. Hindi pa binigay. Ganda na ng galaw eh.
Yeah, definitely an offensive foul there. He used his left hand. Si Miss Lois Sandalio nakatayo na eh. Gusto nang sigawan yung referee.
Deo Timajo. Peñano, the extra pass to Escoto for 2.
I think this was what was lacking from them. One of the departments in which they were lacking in itong assists. The ball movement has not really been good. In fact, there has been a lack of it para sa kanila. That's why yung defense ng Biñan medyo napapadali yung trabaho nila eh.
Mintis ang tres ni Alonte. Here he is trying to get back. Defensively, he's whistled for the foul.
Is it a foul? Yeah, it is a foul.
This is the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
When you get the defense to move like that, there is a much higher chance of you getting a good look.
Timajo pulls up and knocks down the jumper.
He was definitely a missing link in the first half. Played close to 10 minutes, but was held to just a point.
Roca Curva. Yutok trying to defend Waray Himpayan.
You can see that the physicality also of Marikina here in the third quarter has turned up a notch.
Mamboy's runner won't go. Warren with the offensive rebound.
Warren wanted to clear out.
Medyo masikip pa rin eh. Himpayan sa ilalim, travel.
Yeah, he was waiting for, I think it was Ronnie Alonte who was on that left corner to clear up and give him that space to operate.
Meanwhile, let's go to Andrea Indicio for a report.
focusing on this Marikina team, we have Deo Temajo and Rafgo who gets to contribute more for them. Sabi nga ni Deo sa akin, kahit na hindi ganun kaganda yung record ng team, one thing na tumatak talaga sa akin 2 years ago yung sinabi ni Coach Elvis. Lalo na yung hindi ka talaga consistent. Alam naman natin how Coach Elvis does things. He doesn't sugarcoat, only the most direct and helpful words. And that's what boosts Deo up to this day, challenging himself to be the consistent player he should be. For Raf naman, sabi niya hirap pa rin siyang makasabay sa physicality, kaya naman ang focus niya magpalaki ng katawan, juggling academics with basketball, proper diet, mas intense na program, mas maayos na pahinga, talagang sakripisyo. But then again, nothing worth it comes easy, right gentlemen?
Maraming salamat, Andrea. So 2 players from Marikina na too young and players na gusto ng na makalayo dito sa career nila.
Yeah, and these two guys, they have a lot of potential. Simply, sky's the limit for them if they really want to achieve it. And it looks like, they're on the right track.
Timaho to Biñan para sa ating player of the game, brought to you by 1xBet. Title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Escoto knocks down the 3. It is now a 10-0 run.
Oh, he's catching fire here in the third quarter. Ito si Jetro Escoto. And this is down to just an 11-point lead. Very much manageable for the Shoemasters. I think there was a problem with the buzzer.
Yeah, I know. We have an issue with the clock. And Marikina back in it.
Gaya na sinabi ko kanina at the start of this quarter, very important that they come up with guns a-blazing here in the first 5 minutes of the third. And we've only played a couple of minutes halos, halos lampas lang ng 2 minuto ang nakakalipas dito sa ating third quarter. And Marikina already looking good on both sides of the floor. The shooting has been better. It's because of the improved ball and man movement. And the defense, on the other hand, they have increased their physicality, which has caught Biñan somewhat off guard.
7:32. Make that. Inaayos nila dito. 7 minutes and 27 seconds remaining sa ating third quarter. So, 7:25. So, itong Marikina doing this 10-0 run in just 2.5 minutes.
Yes, sir. How long can they sustain it?
Biñan dives and gets the roll.
That time, though, they weren't able to prevent that. I think got a little too relaxed after keeping Biñan scoreless for those 2.5 minutes.
Here's Escoto. Inside Timaho. Walang pasa doon para kay Timaho, pero pinilit ni Ubaldo. Here's Pamboy, who scores the 2.
Judging by that last possession, compared to how they started this third quarter, in that last possession, I think there was a lot of indecision from everybody.
Marikina is so much better when they play unconsciously.
Yes, but when they start to think a lot, think twice, think thrice about what they're gonna do, then the turnovers start to pile up.
Pamboy, binigay kay Warren, pulls the trigger, no go. And a foul. Mukhang kay Ubaldo, itatawag.
It's tough, for anybody, even those taller than Oray Gimpayan, to battle him one-on-one underneath for a rebound.
Si ano pa pala, Inan Fornilius dito rin sa Marikina.
Yes, that's right. Oh.
This is the fast break of the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme magpalamig, free installation for split-type air conditioners. Warren knocks down the jumper.
That was, I think, a couple of seasons ago. No?
Yeah, before he made the jump to the PBA.
Yep. We're very happy for him. He's actually having quite a good career with Converge.
I think he's a free agent now. Ay, tataka ako na kumuha ng window.
Yun na nga eh. Kasi maganda yung linaro niya eh.
And down goes Biñano. Pido had to give up the foul. Paborito talaga ni Coach Boyd si JJ Pido.
I think because in some ways, JJ plays a lot like him.
Oo nga. Tsaka parehong Ilonggo yan.
Yun na nga. May connection na talaga sila dun pala.
JJ Pido was looking for Bonifacio. It's knocked away. Ito ang bola sa mga nakaputi. Marikina. Yuto. Gets it to Escoto. Now Timaho. Deo, 7 seconds to work with. Escoto pa rin. 3 seconds. Timaho. Had to put it up. Wala ng oras eh.
And there they go again, you know, falling back into that hole of indecision. As you see, Kimpayan get another easy basket. Now it's 12 in the game.
8-0 run para sa Biñan. Yung sagot nila dun sa 10-0 run. Mac Cardona is set to check in. Timaho with a fadeaway. It's short. Rebound ni Waray. Pamboy to Kenny. To Himpayan. And Pamboy is not happy. Foul siya ni Escoto. Mainit. Mainit.
Si Coach Boyd na mismo ang magre-restrain kay Pamboy Raimundo.
This is the assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Silas Sabale and Jamel and Diane coming in.
I think just the right guards that Coach Angelo Nebres would need here. This combination has showed us that they can help Marikina get back from a huge lead just by sheer energy and effort.
Mac Cardona really needs no introduction here sa Philippine basketball. He's a legend. Already has proven himself in all levels of Philippine basketball, including here in the MPBL. Champion na yan with San Juan in Season 2.
Wala nang kailangan patunayan pa, ika nga.
No, pero the love for the game is there for Captain Hook.
Yeah, you know, when I talked to him, I asked him, like, Kuya, don't you think it's already time to hang it up? Sabi niya, hindi. Parang sabi niya, di daw kompleto buhay niya nang walang basketball eh. He could easily just, you know, say goodbye and just enjoy life, but
yeah, and you know, he's got nothing else to prove. To me, though, he's in fine shape.
Oh yeah,
for his age.
He is. And nagulat niya ako, 44 years old na pala ito.
44 ba? Akala ko 1983 si Mac.
He told me.
Red. Shoot ka muna! Shoot ka muna! Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances sa subok at kompleto appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
Tinanong ko siya one time, Kuya, ilan taon ka na ba talaga? Alam ko 40 plus na eh. Pero nagulat ako na sinabi niya 44 eh. And I googled it. He was not lying.
But yun nga eh. I think he's also a physical specimen.
Yeah,
because
he's always been eh.
Yeah, because yun nga eh, you know, a lot of players his age, you know, are finding it a hard time. As I found out yesterday,
I thought you did not want to go there.
Yes, but you know, when you reach that age, mahirap siya physically. Get a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. That's why you have to give a lot of props to guys like Rainiel Hugnatan, Mong Basco, na naglalaro pa.
At a very high level at that.
Mark Pingris.
Yes. If you're gonna watch, yung mga few games that Mac has played this season, makikita mo yung paggalaw niya, pati yung pagtakbo for a 44-year-old, that's really very impressive.
Oh, tsaka hindi nawawala yung hook shot na yan. Yung teardrop na yan.
That touch is forever gonna be with him.
Yan na. Oh, muntik na. Okay, that drive to the left to set up the spin and then ano na yan? Marami na yung kinita.
Yeah, and no matter how much you try to anticipate it, he will always get you.
No, when he was even when he was in the PBA, he was a prime time, big time scorer.
Indeed, yeah, he was blockbuster. Always a treat to watch him.
See, and then that celebrated LaSalle team of the early 2000s.
Legendary.
Si kasama si Cool Cat, Mike Cortez. Ibang klase din yung team na yun.
Oh yeah.
Ibang klase din naman ang kalaban nila noon.
Siyempre. That was a very legendary era. I think one of the best in collegiate basketball.
The hook shot from Mac, no good. Tapik, Maestre, still no go. Maestre, shot fake. JJ to Mac, a three. Got it! And then sportsman-like foul, though.
Si Coach Boyd was like...
Parang wag daw bawiin. Shoot naman eh. Sabay.
Oh, bihira na nga daw mangyari.
Sabay daw. Sabay naman daw. Tingnan natin.
That should count.
I think so. I think so. Wala siya kinalaman sa nangyayari doon sa ilalim.
Yun na nga eh.
Ayun.
Yeah. Definitely happened. The shot went in right before that fracas down low.
Yeah. So, ang sportsman foul on Mike Maestre. Tinamaan sa dibdib si Sabali.
So, kung ikaw wala ka rin gagawin mamaya, yan, nag-invite na nga eh.
I think I better rest, Habi.
Hindi pa ba naka-recover from yesterday?
Hindi pa ako nakaka-recover. Masakit pa yung
Oo, kasi ginawa ko, natulog na lang ako agad para di na mag-isip. Alam ko magsisisi ako ng matindi.
I had to go to Montalban.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sobrang sipag mo lang talaga yan.
Pero ang ganda ng game din kagabi kasi.
Oh yeah. Tsaka sarap din talaga manood dun.
The lighting there, oh my.
Hindi ka magsisisi. Sobrang lamig pa dun.
56-35, 21-point lead for Biñan. It's been restored. Casajeros in trouble. Finds goal. Natapik ni Maestre. Only 3 seconds sa shot clock natitira para sa Marikina. At 2:24 remaining here in the third. Goal. Nakawala. And rebound nakuha ni Kuya Bal. Maestre will drive. Sumabit si Casajeros. 2 free throws.
A good aggressive move, but also credit to Biñan for really pushing it after that missed shot by Go. It's always going to be tough to shoot over Jason Ballesteros. Just his mere presence, when he puts his hands up, it's going to be a very tough situation to score upon.
LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL. Maestre goes 2 for 2. He's got 5 points in the game. Happy birthday kay Coach Boyet Fernandez. Let's see if the Biñan Tatak Gel East Motorcycle Tire can gift him with a victory today. They're looking good. Up by 23 with under 2 minutes to play in the third. Casajeros, muntik na mabitawan ng bola. Go. Unable to hit the three. Silas Sabale with the offensive rebound. Labas kay Casajeros. Speedo knew it. It was a foul.
just a tad bit too late in playing the passing lanes there. He did have the right intention. Pero off-timing na siya dun sa kanyang talon. Definitely a foul, which will trigger Coach Boya to insert Renzo Sabido.
He's got a tight leash on JJ Pido.
Sa lahat ata, si JJ Pido siya ang pinaka-strict kay JJ Pido. Eh, no? Ayan.
Yun. Yung Casajeros missing badly.
Yeah, this Marikina team has fallen off the good things here in the latter part of the third quarter after that 10-0 run.
4 na puntos na si RR Casajeros. 22-point lead for Biñan.
Imagine since that 10-0 run, they've only scored 5 points.
No, already scored 6, pero
Tama, yes.
18 naman ang Biñan. Sobido with 4 seconds. A fade away for Renzo. Not the offensive set that Biñan wanted there.
Quite uncharacteristic as well from Renzo Sabido to shoot an air ball.
Casajeros to Teruel. Sabale leans in, no good. Cardona try to lead the break here. Looking for Lopez, that's off a white shirt. No, hindi. It's off a white shirt, I think.
But I think Coach Angelo Nebres will try to challenge. Well, yeah, there you go.
There's a challenge by Marikina on the last set of bounce play.
It happened quickly though. To be fair, we will be right back for the result of this challenge.
Marikina's challenge was unsuccessful. The ball stays with Biñan Tatakjel.
Unsuccessful challenge for the Shoe Masters. I thought na nagbago yun.
Yun, tama.
Ito talaga si Junel, kinonvince pa si coach na mag-challenge. Last touch mo nga eh.
Well, maybe trying to save himself there, but yeah, Biñan will keep possession here.
Nagbago ang trajectory ng bola eh. Mac, atake, Cardona, finger roll off the glass.
It's still so easy for him to get a bucket.
Kaya nga eh.
And he does it so nonchalantly at that.
Born to score.
Indeed.
Pero well, a 3 in and out. Rebound ni Maestre. Mac feeling it. Goes to Maestre. Ano na. Umiinit na si Captain Hook. And a foul ni Casajeros.
And that's going to be 2 shots. There you see they set him up. A little pinned down by Maestre. He was actually free when he was sealing the man, but Cardona saw that opportunity to drive inside and he took it right away.
Yung pag-drift ni Renzo Sabido sa corner, may mga sumabay eh. Kaya nalibre yung gitna. 6 na puntos para kay Mac Cardona, all coming here in the third. Two for 2.
He's only played around 4.5 minutes.
I expect him to keep on playing the fourth.
Me too. I hope Coach Boyd gives him the chance.
62-36. Bam Lopez is whistled for the foul.
Meanwhile, number 8, Van Lopez, penalty, first foul on Van Lopez.
Yeah, but I love that the coaching staff of Biñan, keeping the mood light here on the bench.
Yeah.
Not putting a lot of pressure. Now that they're in the lead by a huge margin, I know that sometimes coaches would want their boys to keep going at it, but they are trying to balance it out right now.
Casajeros with 5 points. Ang laking bagay din dito for Macmac and his stint here for Biñan is that his relationship with Boss Monching. They're very close. No? Alam natin yung
Very close,
relasyon nila na really close friends. It's nice for him to get an opportunity. So Bido will fire 3, no good. And that will do it. 3 quarters down dito sa Astrodome in Pasay City. Waray Himpayan still perfect. 5 of 5 from the field to go with 6 rebounds. Highlights of the game brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration, and this is all Waray Himpayan right here, Javi.
Yeah, and credit to the point guards of Biñan, JJ Pido, Pamboy Raimundo. They've been setting him up quite well for all of his baskets, all of those 12 points that he scored in this game. Waray Himpayan just really set the tone early on. Biñan hasn't looked back, 62-37, heading into the final frame.
Warren Bonifacio back at the Astrodome. This time playing for Biñan. He's got 12 points and 3 rebounds. The former Pasay Voyager making an impact again for his new team. And for more Warren, let's go to Andrea.
Just before the game started, I had a quick chat with Warren Bonifacio, who, as we all know, is a former Pasay Voyager na parang nga daw siyang nasa home court, pero this time, hindi. Kwento niya nga sa akin pagdating niya dito sa Cuneta Astrodome, sabi niya, uy, same dugout, kaya diretso siya sa kanyang lucky spot. Hindi daw talaga nababago yung pinipwestuhan niya dito, tapos nag-send daw siya ng selfie sa GC nilang former teammates. Ayun, puro sad reacts daw ang natanggap niya. But then again, as cliche as it might sound, change is inevitable and we have to keep moving forward. Biro niya nga lang sa akin, pero namiss ko mag-shooting dito ha. So far, pumapasok pa rin naman. Hindi nagtampo yung Cuneta sa Del Javi.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Parang ako rin, di rin ako nagtampo nung nawala ka na matagal eh. Pero alam mo yon, this is such a nice return para dito kay Warren. Remember, Javi, yung last game niya as a Voyager, he was the best player of that game.
It was in this very building where he won a game for Pasay, and just a few hours after that, the trade...
Minutes, actually.
Yeah, right?
Minutes.
The trade already was announced. And I think even he was very surprised that it unfolded dahil akala niya, because of that game, that he would stay with Pasay. But, everybody also, were caught really surprised by it. But like we've mentioned, like we've seen it, it has been a win-win situation for both Christian Pajarito and Warren Bonifacio. And I'm sure they're very much happy with the way things have been going with their respective
Oh my
squads.
goodness, look at how physical Big Boy Hernandez is on his defender there inside the paint.
He's just smiling it off.
Parang
just another day in
pag
the
walang
office.
banggaan, yung ayaw ni Big Boy.
Ayaw
eh.
niya. I think that's what fuels him.
Pero alam mo yung nangyayari talaga yun sa totoong buhay eh. Yung sad reacts. Nagpo-post ka ng picture, sad reacts. Parang pag-post ko ng picture kahapon.
Post ng picture kahapon eh.
Pag-post ko ng picture, may dribble akong bola, tapos may bola din ako na isa. May nag-sad reacts din.
kaya ako mag-aantay muna ako ng ilang araw bago ako mag-post eh. Medyo masakit pa rin talaga eh.
Bam Lopez drives and scores. He's got 4 points in the game.
Yeah, but I think, you know, guys like Bam Lopez, you know, Ryan Suwal, these guys are still very much integral to their build-up.
Yeah, you know, there are games, okay? Sa matchups natin dito sa Liga, Javi, ito na yung masasabi ko, when you have guys like, you know, Bam Lopez, Ryan Suwal, may mga laro na binabagayan yung mga tulad nila.
I do understand that. But you know, what I was trying to say is, importante pa rin sila dito sa Biñan dahil sila ang responsable to keep players like Pamboy Raimundo, Renzo Sobido, and all the other rotation guys sharp during practice.
That's also another thing and that's why when I look at the other teams as well, in particular Abra, as Yutok scores on this drive against Big Boy Hernandez. And look at the team like Abra, for example, and I was, you know, I was watching them you know, pretty much get their way against Zamboanga last weekend. I'm seeing David Defonso. Sabi ko, grabe siguro dito sa ensayo ng Abra.
I'm pretty sure pukpukan yan every
Kasi,
time.
sino yung kamatchup kaya ni David Defonso? Baka si Enzo Serrano, CJ Austria. Alam natin na hindi naman papayag yun sa ensayo na malalamangan sila ni Dave. So napipilitan talaga na ma-push talaga yung mga players. In the same way na ito nga yung Biñan, let's say Pamboy Raimundo against Bam Lopez in practice, should be an interesting matchup as well.
No, dahil si Bam talagang madiin maglaro yan. Practice is always there for you to try and simulate as much as possible what the other teams are going to do or what you're going to face, the opposition they're going up against. And, you know, these guys, I'm sure, are a really big factor in them getting sharp.
And you earn your minutes in practice as well.
Exactly, yep. And that's why they're being given chances like this. Kasi siguro naman, there's a reason why even in games like this, kasi sometimes there are other coaches who would not even give chances to players below the bench because they feel that they don't deserve it at all. But Coach Boyet being very generous to his players because I feel like nakikita niya rin talaga yung hard work ng mga players like Bam Lopez.
And I think Coach Boyet as a taskmaster dun sa ensayo nila, iba rin ang standards na siniset nito.
Yeah, you know, this guy is a proven winner in all levels. Dito na lang walang championship yan. And that's why he's also hard at work and I'm sure he wants just the very best from all of his players dahil yun din naman ang gusto niya na manalo ng championship. This guy has won in the PBA. He's won in the PBA D-League. He's won in college.
Yeah.
Dito na lang talaga ang kulang.
66-42. Biñan still in the driver's seat. Jonathan Gray fires, no good. Nagawan sa bola, napunta kay Yutok. Yutok drives. He's looked very comfortable in this ball game, Yutok.
And 9 points so far para sa kanya and 5 rebounds. But I think the future is very bright for this young man. He's bagay na bagay siya sa laro dito sa MPBL.
Yeah. Free throw of the game is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Hindi niya napasok ang unang free throw. Balik si Warren Bonifacio sa laro. Yutok with 9.6 boards, 1 for 2. He's into double figures. 66-43. Renzo Subido. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bonifacio. Little dipsy-do there from Warren. Won't go. Scotto. Labas kay Timaho. Peñano. Escoto for 3. Rebound nakuha ni Bam Lopez. He'll lead the fast break. Binigay kay Sobido. That's a 3.
Also slowly piling up the numbers scoring-wise in this game. Ito si Renzo Sobido. 8 points now in the game.
Yutok. Siya ulit ang may tangan ng bola dito for Marikina. Yutok drives right. Jumper. That won't drop. Rebound ni Himpayan. Back the other way para sa Biñan. 69-43. Himpayan. Layup is good.
He continues to hit here. 14 points para kay Oray Himpayan. Everything just going in for him, despite resistance being shown by the defense. I think he's ready to come out here in the next dead ball. That's why they're trying to commit a foul. There you go.
Foul number 7. Number 5 versus Vito.
Play of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Let's go to Andrea.
Just like what Sedals mentioned earlier, yes, it was Coach Boyet Fernandez's birthday yesterday, but the funny story is, instead of him getting surprised, siya pa pala ang nang surprise sa team kahapon. May pakain sa practice si Coach. Na-share nga sa akin ni Coach Boyet, for a veteran coach like him, hindi pwedeng dadating kang hindi prepared, especially with big names in his team. Alam at ramdam daw ng mga yan pag dumating ka ng ensayo na hindi kargado. But yesterday, hindi lang basketball knowledge ang karga ni Coach, pati recovery meal. Birthday wish nga niya daw, hindi lang sa quarterfinals ang maabot nila. He wants to see elevation and of course, improvement. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Malalaman natin yan kung makakamit ni Coach Boyet ang kanyang birthday wish this year. He fell short last season, got bounced in the first round of the playoffs. Tama, si Andrea, Coach Boyet talagang hindi siya pwedeng mag-relax kasi yung mga players niya have been handled by esteemed coaches as well.
Yeah, and for him, I think he expects that kung bibigyan niyan yung mga players niya yung tamang respect. Oh, okay. Now, definitely disrespecting the defense there. Ito si Jonathan Gray.
He has that in his bag, Jonathan Gray. Shake and bake and then between the legs.
Yeah. But going back to what I was saying, if Coach Boyet knows that if he treats his players with the right amount of respect that they deserve, especially the veterans, then that's the type of respect that they will give him in return as well.
This is the Gixxer great move of the game. Board for greatness. Freezes the defense. And goes between the legs.
Oh my. Even shifting hands in midair, going back to the left hand. That's what's tough about guarding Jonathan Gray. You don't know which hand he's going to finish with.
Peñano short on the second. Escoto with the rebound. This is pretty much over. But the final score, Sual goes to Warren Bonifacio. Gray fades away. No good. Rebound Escoto. Deo Timajo. Was that a foul?
Yeah, looked like it was.
I didn't think it was a foul.
It's using some aggressiveness to try and make up for the lack of scoring that he's had here this afternoon. He's been the biggest missing link for Marikina. In his short stint with them, he's averaged over 20 points per game. But this afternoon, only good for 5 points.
You got a special deal from 1xBet. Scan the QR code and claim your special offer. 2:46 remaining. 73-48 ang ating score. Biñan all set for win number 13. Travel on Warren.
And I think nagulat pa nga siya dun sa tawag din. Maybe asking for a foul against Carl Peñano. He felt like Peñano was giving him a little bit of business there.
Ano nuevo? Sabay sila ni Alonte. How many times have we seen that this season? Maybe never.
Yeah. I think this is definitely the first time.
Timaho fires a three, no good. Alonte with the rebound. Ryan Sual. Bonifacio. He'll pull the trigger, no good. Obaldo with a rebound. Final 2 minutes of this ball game. Carl Peñano lays it in for two. Well, pretty much after threatening a 10 points with a 10-0 run in the third quarter, wala na, no? Yun lang.
Yeah,
That was the
it.
last stand.
After that, Biñan went back to their really suffocating defense. We talked about a lot of the indecision of Marikina, especially during the second and third quarters, but that's because of the defense that Biñan has showed. They play big because their arms are always flying around and trying to be active, trying to play the passing lanes. Kaya hirap na gumawa ng paraan ang Marikina na makabutas.
Deo Timaho at the line. That's the first free throw to drop. 1 minute and 29 remaining. So with this win, Javi, tabla ulit ng Rizal, Biñan, and Jensen.
You're right. And it's going to be a coach's system to determine who really falls on top of that, because usually it's win over the other, but if that's only if it's a single tie, right?
Yeah, I think Rizal lost to Jensen. Rizal also lost to Biñan.
Yes. But Jensen won over Biñan.
Yeah. Are they done playing already? Itong Biñan tsaka Rizal and Jensen? Check. Sa dami po ng laro natin dito, medyo medyo kailangan mong i-verify eh. That is Marikina ball.
And this one will definitely be a nice way for Biñan to
tama.
get into the next
Naglaro
stretch of
pala
games.
sila.
Yeah. There you
So
go.
Jensen over Rizal. Jensen over Biñan as well. So, the tiebreaker, lamang ang Jensen. So they're number 3.
So that leaves Biñan at number 4. And Rizal will be number 5. So if the playoffs were to start tomorrow, Rizal doesn't get home court advantage while Biñan able to have that. Pero syempre matagal pa, marami pa tayong lalaruin. But again, like we've been reiterating time and time again in the recent games, importante na ang bawat laro for the teams wanting to break in to our postseason.
Absolutely. And Biñan taking care of business here at the Astrodome. It's a 75-52 victory para sa Biñan Tatak Gel Beast Motorcycle Tire. They beat the Marikina Shoe Masters. And Biñan continuing to enhance their playoff bid dito sa ating South Division. Our best player of the game is brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. And who else ang ating choice dito?
Yeah, I don't think there was any question. Hands down, our choice for player of the game, Jmar Gimpayan. 14 points, 6 out of 7 shooting, 8 rebounds, one steal, one block. And he really set the tone for Biñan and helped them get an early lead.
Final score, 75-52, Biñan with the victory. Let's go to Andrea.
Maraming salamat si Delph. Kasama ko nga ngayon si Jmar Gimpayan, ang ating best player of the game. First of all, congratulations. Jmar, napakaganda ng panalong ito sa inyo. Well dominated, very convincing. Sa tingin mo, ano yung magandang epekto nito para sa inyong coming games na nabanggit sa akin ni Coach Boy at mahirap-hirap nga daw yung tatahakin ninyo next month?
Unang-una sa lahat, thank you Lord sa panalo na binigay mo. Ayun lang, magandang simula to para sa amin dahil malalakas nga yung susunod na makakalaban namin. Kailangan pa namin mag-adjust sa depensa siguro at siguro more on effort pa.
And Jmar, alam natin na birthday kahapon ni Coach Boy at alam ko naman na birthday gift nyo na tong panalong ito sa kanya, pero naibulong niya sa akin kanina na mas gusto niya daw na birthday gift na maipanalo nyo nga daw yung mga games nyo this August.
Ayun nga, celebrate namin yung birthday ni Coach. Happy birthday ulit kay Coach Boyet. Sabi niya naman na wag lang daw kami magkumpiyansa. Gusto niya yung panalo talaga, ayaw niya matatalo dahil sa birthday niya, regalo niya lang daw sa amin. Regalo daw namin to para sa kanya.
Alright, abangan namin yan. Meron ka bang mga gustong batiin o pasalamatan? Go ahead.
Unang-una sa lahat, thank you ulit Lord. Kay Boss Monching Talisayon sa walang sawang suporta, sa Pininclo, kay Boss Rubentana ng Beast Motorcycle Tire, Game X Sports, Victoria Sports, sa mga Boss Mayor Jel Alonte, tsaka kay Boss Monching. Happy birthday ulit, Coach Boy, tsaka sa girlfriend ko, kay Merakel, sa mga taga Valenzuela, sa mama ko, sa papa ko, sa mga kapatid ko, sa kuya ko, sa lahat ng mga taga Pasay pala, binabati ko lahat dyan.
Alright, maraming salamat. Once again, that was Jmar Gimpayan, our best player of the game, brought to us by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. 1xBet, your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Andrea. Congratulations kay Waray Payan. Our best player of the game as Biñan prevails over Marikina. Up next, it's the Caloocan Batang Kangkalu trying to bag their second win in 4 days. They take on the Parañaque Patriots. Magbabalik kami dito sa Pasay Astrodome. This is the MPBL, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.